Tricking the gods to help humankind, Prometheus was punished by being bound to a rock, there to be eternally tormented. The chains that held him were forged by Hephaestus, blacksmith to the gods. Was Hephaestus right to allow his art to be used in this fashion? And is Hephaestus therefore absolved of the responsibilities of the Creator? Interesting.
The pattern is holding. Solve the puzzles, enter the tower, speak to an entity, turn on the beam. It's like she's appealing to our past, reminding us of where we came from, but changing enough elements to make us view our history through a different lens. Or maybe I'm completely missing the point. I don't know. You might have something there.
I read about this in a book. It's called defamiliarization.
You coot? I think I'm actually impressed.
You're on your way to an island. Yes, another island. Sorry, Melville. Well, it actually used to be a valley between the mountains, but it's mostly flooded now. That probably happened long before the founder came here, though.
Another legacy of our ancestors.
Do me a favor, will you? Look for another one of the Founder's labs. We can't get back into the megastructure without getting to the third site in the north, but I need more information to make more fixes.
before we built New Jerusalem, we used to explore just like this. Small groups setting out for the horizon, looking for resources, trying to make sense of the world we'd been thrust into, trying to find a way forward. It was a...
There's so much history here that we can't see. The founder must have walked these paths hundreds of times, maybe thousands. Miranda must have stood right where we're standing. This all looks alien to us, but it must have been familiar to them.
If this was their home, where are they now?
They must be inside the megastructure, waiting for us to pass the test. It's the only thing that makes sense. 1K.
What is it now?
Why did you upload a picture of your hand?
Why do you care that my hand is in the picture?
Your hand isn't in the picture, it is the picture.
I like it. It's very
Artistic. Let's stay professional, everyone. It's not right to make fun of Melville's comically absurd inability to take decent pictures. She's a hyper-advanced humanoid machine, not a photographer.
You'll pay for this, Byron.
smart one, Kay. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound surprised. I mean, like, clearly you know what you're doing.
creature of... You have taken another step. Before you continue, have the gifts of Prometheus ever true, or have they brought nothing but... Without Prometheus, your ancestors would never have fought, and you would have all the natural gifts that your people have. Yet new disasters will befall you because of his, and they may be more terrible than... Consider this as you continue.
I've been thinking, there's 3 towers per cardinal direction and 3 entities. You'd think it would be symmetrically arranged, 1 tower per entity, right? But we haven't seen Prometheus at all.
We're built to find patterns. Maybe we're trying to find patterns where there aren't any.
1K, please investigate the coordinates I'm sending you. This is where they must have lived. You know, for a moment, but the only thing that still functions. I'm sorry, this must be awfully strange for you being thrown. But that's why I needed you. Because you're not burdened with all the weight on our minds like a nut. Our civilization is caught in a... We freed ourselves from the simulation, but now we're trapped again. And we're afraid of growing up. Instead, we make up some capitalized nature, balance. We're afraid to face the but equally afraid to imagine. So we're stuck. I've been trying to find something, anything, to get people to understand that building a expanding doesn't have to involve repeating. But I failed, over and over. Yes, because this is something an anomaly. Everything we found on this island, it shows us that different answers are possible. And maybe all we need is a spark. Maybe that's why she made all this. A way of jolting us out of our Neither do I, 1K, but I try to be optimistic. Now, let's see what else we can find. Melville, eyes on 1K's stream.
Blow my... It sure looks that... Best not touch it until I get... You have no idea what you're... I do so. I think it's a somnodrome. It's a sort of analytics tool.
But all he ever did was sketch out the theme. As far as I'm aware, he never actually built.
Looks like the founder gave it a go. Well, what we know is hard to pass. Melampa stipulated that the computation, but in theory, the somnodrome would...
People were hoping to find answers by having a conversation with our own subconscious. If you ask me, it's solipsistic at best, pseudoscience regardless.
That may be. But if the founder figured it out, then that device could be an extremely important discovery. I would advise again. You may have survived all those data, but interface with that thing, not to mention risking...
Sorry, Melville, but if 1K wants to do this, I won't. It's his decision.
Understood. But if 1K starts to smoke...
Okay, can you hear me?
What did I say? You fried it. Who knows what data we...
Melville, I still think it's worth 1K. Let's pack up and...
The singularity sustained itself longer this time.
Did we get the data?
We did. I think we just obsoleted quantum physics.
Maybe. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to be able to replicate these results.
You know, I've been wondering. You told me that in the simulation, one thing that kept you motivated was looking for answers. Do you think that with the work we're doing, we'll ever run out of questions to ask?
I don't think so. Trying to understand the universe means asking the same question over and over. How? How do you make fire? How do earthquakes happen? How does gravity work? How do particles behave? You keep digging deeper, finding another set of mechanisms, another set of hows. Step by step, you demystify reality. But then, if you keep doing it long enough, one day, you run out. You've answered all the hows. You know how the universe works. So, now what?
Now you ask why? Isn't that the next step?
It's not quite that easy. The question of why cannot be answered. Even if it could, it would only be followed by another why. At some point, you have to accept that it all just exists. But there is another set of questions. What's next? You've stripped away the layers of mystery, you've laid bare the machinery. Now you have to start building, to add your own layers of meaning.
Are you okay? Yes, I saw. It came... Strange to hear her voice, but that was her. The way the real Athena. I'd like to think I knew her well. There was just a handful of us in the small family in the ruins of... It was hard. Harder than anyone else can possibly imagine. We had nothing except what... Now that everyone lives in it, they don't understand how necessary it is. They can fantasize of limiting growth, retreating behind our wall. They don't understand what it really... how close we came to not making it. How many people we lost. Yema was just the first. But Athena understood. She believed in humanity. She believed in us, in the inherent value of her dreams was. She wanted us to reclaim the earth, to reach for the star, to build and... The city was already changing, turning inwards, forgetting the future. Once she was gone, other people turned her into the symbol they need. I understand all that. As to what I don't understand, if she came here to do all that, why didn't she bring... It was. But maybe she isn't as lost as I thought. If this is all that... Maybe the answer is waiting for... Speaking of which, let's get back to exploring. Melville should have reconnected the...
This area looks flooded as well.
Our ancestors melted a whole lot of ice. After they died, most coastal settlements were claimed by the sea. South of New Jerusalem, there's a whole city under the water. We went there once with Garrus when I was an apprentice. It was eerie.
That's exactly why the Founder created the goal. When you go past the limits, this is what happens. Mother Nature always gets her revenge in the end.
This